Hello everybody and welcome back to another Hidden Blade video. This is Blade from the Hidden Blade channel, and today I'm going to be talking about why I personally think the Nintendo Gamecube was Nintendo's best home console. The first thing that I want to talk about the Nintendo Gamecube is the game library. Now the first thing that I want to mention about the game library is that it included games such as Super Mario Sunshine, Paper Mario, The Thousand-Year Door, and Mario Kart Double Dash, which are all just Mario games that are really good. Thousand Year Door is considered the best Paper Mario by a lot of people. Sunshine didn't do as well as some other games. Super Mario Galaxy 2 sold more than Sunshine. So, it wasn't the best Mario, but I still think it's pretty decent for the second 3D Mario ever. Also, the Nintendo GameCube game gave life to some famous franchises like Animal Crossing, Pikmin, and Metroid Prime, which is the spin-off first-person version of Metroid. The second thing that I want to talk about is the Nintendo GameCube controller. For people who haven't used it, it looks incredibly odd. It looks like it just doesn't look like it would blend into your hands as well as like an Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller at the time. But once you get your hands on it, you will realize how good it is. There's a reason they keep using GameCube controllers for Smash Ultimate and essentially every other game after Melee. That's why there's adapters for the Switch and Wii U. Like, people really like this controller. The Wii, it was backwards compatible and could use the controller all day. The third thing that I want to talk about, which is also the final thing, is what I think makes the GameCube so legendary. The Game Boy Player. If you don't know what the Game Boy Player was, there were these little compartments and plugs on the bottom of the GameCube. And you could use one of these plugs to plug in the Game Boy Player, which allowed you to play Game Boy games and Game Boy Advance games and Game Boy Color games, all on a big screen TV. And the Game Boy Player could play such games as Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Yellow, the WarioWare game on Game Boy Advance. Like, you could get off the school bus, go plug in your game, and then just start playing it at home as soon as you're done with whatever you need to do that day. It was a great way to decompress, relax, do whatever you needed to do after you're done with a long, stressful day. And maybe while you were going somewhere, you were playing that game, you're like, hey, I want to play this game now, instead of getting up, getting like Kirby Air Ride or Super Mario Sunshine and putting those into the console. You just plug in your Game Boy game you were playing earlier, and boom. Not about the Game Boy Player specifically, but there was a game on the GameCube called The Legend of Zelda 4 Swords Adventures, which you could take a link cable from your Game Boy Advance and plug it into the GameCube. So you can play whenever you go inside a building or you're exploring an area. You have your own tiny screen and controller in your hands. Which personally, I kind of wish they kept this trend up, like there was some game for the Wii U that you could do that with, because that game was, I think that's a really neat concept for some reason. And that's gonna be the video, everybody. Thank you for watching. This has been Blade from the Hidden Blade channel. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment. I will be back eventually.